we're so used to looking to other people, calling our friends, calling experts, hiring coaches, looking to books, looking to all the external information, instead of remembering that we have this incredible well of internal wisdom that is always available inside us. Yet most of us don't know how to tap into it. We don't know how to listen. So here are my two best practices for getting that clarity and finding it from the inside out. Practice number one is something I call tapping into your higher, wiser future self. So all of us have another self that is coexisting with this one. And I like to think of it as my kinder, more expansive, more experienced, wiser future self. So whenever I find myself in a conundrum, here's what I do. Rather than going with my mind, which thinks, I like to go with my heart, which always knows. And here's how I get there. So I put my hand over my heart, I close my eyes, and I really ask, I say, all right, higher, wiser, future self Marie, what do you really know to be true about this situation? Is it a yes? Is it a no? What does it feel like inside? What's the wisdom that you have to offer me right now? And then I wait and I actually listen. Again, most of us have so much information coming to us at all different times from our computers, our text, our email, social media, you name it. There's so much noise from the external world that we've forgotten that this beautiful version of us exists if we can actually hear it. So again, putting your hand on your heart, tapping into that higher, wiser, kinder, more experienced, beautiful future self that already exists in another dimension, and asking, what's the truth for me in this situation? What do I need to know? What do I need to understand? What's the best next move that's going to support my growth and who I need to ultimately become? Now, the most uncomfortable part is usually hanging out in silence and feeling what arises from within. And here's what I've learned about the messages that come from our higher, wiser future self. They're never harsh. That voice doesn't speak in a critical tone. It usually whispers, and it communicates with simplicity and clarity. Sometimes it might, for me, come in words. Oftentimes it comes in body sensations. Like I can feel a sense of dread about moving in a particular direction versus another. I can feel a sense of lightness about moving in a certain direction rather than other. Or one feels just more fun and more easy rather than another. So give that a try the next time that you might be feeling like you've lost your way, you're unclear about how to move forward, and that you're too busy listening to external voices rather than your own. And if you don't get the clarity that you need with that little practice, here's my next one. So this is something called automatic or guided writing. I got to tell you, this was something I used consistently when I was writing my book, Everything is Figureoutable, because I kept running into so many struggle points. Oh my gosh, I felt like I was beating my head against a wall. I didn't have clarity. God, which chapter first or which information to put where? And it was so torturesome because I was putting so much pressure on myself to get this book right. I wanted to do a really great job for everyone. Anyway, the practice of guided writing saved my butt. And here's what you do. So guided writing is this journaling practice where you tap into that higher, wiser, more conscious you, and you give it voice on the page. Here has been the practice that has helped me in terms of accessing that particular voice. So step one, I meditate for at least 20 minutes. Giving myself that amount of space to let the chatter in my mind slow down, to actually slow down my brain waves, to get coherent in my brain and in my heart, and to be able to access a different part of myself, that meditation for at least 20 minutes, that's everything. Next, I go to my journal, I get a pen, and then I write, Dear Higher Self, what do I need to know about fill in the blank? This next chapter, whether or not I should say yes to this particular opportunity, this particular real estate deal, doesn't matter, whatever it is. Once you write that question, allow your hand to really start moving on the page. I know this sounds wild, but every single time I've done this, it's as though another energy is moving through me. You can't judge your writing. Don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about grammar. Just let your hand start moving on the page. And I promise you, if you ask with intention and you allow yourself to just start letting words come through, you will be shocked at the wisdom that shows up. And here's the wild thing. When I've done guided writing or automatic writing, and I look back at those journal entries, I'm not kidding you. It does not sound like my voice. As someone who's been writing for over 20 years, who writes every day for my career, for my business, for my personal life, the language that comes through, the wisdom that comes through, the clarity, the humor, the simplicity is amazing. I think I've even shown a few journal pages to very close friends, and they've said the same thing. Like, this does not sound like normal Marie at all. I'm like, I know, but it's very, very clear. So that's my simple practice around finding your clarity through guided writing. Oh, a couple of tips here. So when you're doing guided writing, just allow your pen to move, right? Don't edit it. The moment you get into your analytical mind, you are foobarred. So don't go there. Just allow it to keep flowing. And if you hit a stop point and you don't think you've actually gotten there yet, you can use this little sentence stem. What else do I need to know about blank? Is there anything else I need to know about fill in the blank of your topic du jour? You also don't want to worry about, I know I said this before, but don't worry about grammar or even complete or full sentences or punctuation or anything like that. Just get into the flow of writing. You'll be shocked. And when it's done, you're going to feel it, right? Sometimes I've done automatic or guided writing for like 10 minutes. Sometimes it's gone on for 25 minutes. Sometimes it's been 5 minutes. When you get in tune with yourself, you'll just feel like it kind of stops and it's complete. And then you can go back and reread what you wrote. And once again, when your highest, wisest future self is coming through, that voice is not harsh. It is not critical. It is so beautiful and loving and clear and simple. And mine is often very funny and very firm. So give both of these practices a try. I hope they help you find clarity. And today's question comes from Ellen.
Hi, Marie. My name is Ellen. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. My son left home at a younger age, and I was a single mom. I'm having trouble finding purpose in life, new direction, where to go from here. Always been a mom, working hard. I'm on disability. Just need to know, what do I do now? Sometimes I feel like I'm too old to keep moving forward. And other times I'm like, no, I'm young. I'm going to be 50 this year. So where do I go from here?
Oh my goodness, Ellen, I wish I could reach through the screen right now and give you such a big hug. I love your question so much. I also want you to know you're not alone. Going through a transition like this, you have spent years, if not decades, working so hard to take care of your son as a single mom. And now that he's moved out and you've got all of this extra time and space mentally and emotionally, of course you're feeling a little untethered. Of course you're feeling perhaps a little lost and not sure how to even define this next chapter. You know, one thing I've learned in my experience is that for all of us, no matter what age we're at, change can be incredible. It can be so exciting. It can be so good for us in retrospect. But transitions, my goodness, they are tough. So I know your question is about how do I figure out where do I go from here? And here's the good news. You have wisdom within you. You have answers in there. I suspect that you've spent so many years focused on taking care of other people, including your son, that you're just not in touch with what your true desires are anymore. And I love that you highlighted, our mind, your mind kicks up, oh, well, maybe I'm too old. But then the truth came through. No, you're young. You've got so much life ahead of you. And so what I want to share today is really 2 tools that will help you find that clarity that you crave so you can start to dream into and take action on what's next in your life. So the first thing that I want to share with you is actually from Everything is Figureoutable. Now, Ellen, I don't know if you got a copy of my book, but I am going to sign this one and send it to you. And here's what I need you to do. I want you to read the whole damn thing, but most importantly, you need to focus on chapter 6. It's called Define Your Dream. This chapter is like a supercharger for clarity. I am not kidding. People on Amazon write so many different reviews specifically about this particular chapter because it is like a supercharger for figuring out what you want and then helping yourself make an action plan to get it. So I want to give you one tool right now that you can get started with until this little puppy makes it to you in the mail. There's a prompt in here that I have used so many times in my life and so many times in my business that has transformed everything. In a business context, it's led to like multi-million ideas. And in a life context, oh my goodness, I can't even tell you how many things it's helped me shift. And it all comes back to tapping into that wisdom that I already have in my heart that I wasn't really aware of. So what you're going to need is a journal or just a notebook or a piece of paper. And I want you to give yourself at least 15 to 20 minutes of uninterrupted time with no cell phones around, no things ringing or dinging, no televisions, no nothing. I just need you to put yourself in a place where it can be kind of quiet, where you're really comfortable. Maybe you have a little cup of tea or cup of coffee or something stronger if that's what you're into, whatever floats your boat. And you're going to use this sentence stem to start to unearth what Ellen might really want to focus on in this next chapter of her life. So the sentence stem goes like this. Wouldn't it be cool if ... So I want you to write down on the paper, wouldn't it be cool if? And then whatever springs up in your mind and your heart, I just want you to write it down. So wouldn't it be cool if?
Hey, are you feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or just drowning in busy work and still not making the money you deserve? In this brand new training, you're going to learn 3 super common mistakes that can kill your productivity and tank your profits and how to stop them fast. Just go to marieforleo.com/free class or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
I lived in Hawaii. Wouldn't it be cool if I could solve world hunger? Wouldn't it be cool if I had platinum blonde hair? I don't know. I'm just making stuff up off the top of my head. But what this exercise does is it starts activating your imagination. It starts dusting off that ability you have to dream that I suspect may have been put on the back burner for so many years because you've been focused on so many other people because you're so responsible and you're so loving and you're such a good person. But now, my friend Ellen, now is the time for you to rediscover what's in your heart and what would really be cool for you to focus on in this next chapter. And I promise you, if you play with this prompt, wouldn't it be cool if, and you let yourself dream without editing, without squashing something down because you feel like, oh, that's impossible, that can never happen. No, we don't do that in brainstorming. We let everything down on the page. I promise you, you will start to unearth something that's going to make you go, oh, that feels amazing. Could I really do that? Could I really be that? Could I really pursue that? And you're going to get like little tinglies. Arms will stand, the arm hair will stand up, all that kind of good stuff. But it will only happen if you give yourself this ability to play with this prompt and do it until you can't write anymore. So it's worked wonders for me. I know it will work wonders for you. And I absolutely want you to stay in touch with me and let me know what comes of this. So Ellen, that was my A to your Q. I really do hope it helps. And now for you watching, I'm curious. A, have you read Everything is Figure Outable? Have you done all the exercises in chapter 6? And if not, it's okay. You can start with this prompt right now. Wouldn't it be cool if? In fact, if you've had trouble identifying what's next in your career or in your life, why don't you answer that question right now in the comments below? I would love to hear it. Now, until next time, stay on your game and keep going for your big dreams because the world really does need that very special gift that only you have. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time on the Marie Forleo podcast and on Marie TV.
Hey, if you loved this video, you need to watch this one next. Trust me on that.